Hey guys, it's me. How's it going? Guess what time it is? It's Final Fantasy the 14th time. And that means more episodes of A Realm Reread. Today we're going to be doing a variety of things, most notably side quests. Side quests and the Postmoogle questline. There's a couple. We're going to be doing most of the side quests first because some of them are just kind of short, one-off things that I just haven't gotten around to doing yet, or I missed somehow. And then we're going to move on to the Postmoogle questline, which is a little bit more extensive. And I will have a guest eventually. They are not currently here yet. So when they do get here, everything will be fine. But until then, it's just gonna be me. In case you can't already tell by my voice, I'm still recovering just a little bit from Ebola, as it's been termed. But I'm feeling much better, significantly better, in fact. So much so that let's switch over to the videos. So we're beginning here in Ul'dah today because the first quest that we're going to be doing is actually over in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. There's an unlockable feature that you can get from one of the gentlemen over here. I believe, in fact, one of the people... Well, no, you talked to him for a quest in Ul'dah, but I can't remember if you talked to him for anything else of particular interest, but we'll start with that. Let me actually get my... I can't remember if... no, I think it's in this document. Excuse me. Ooh, I walked past him. Let me also just double check something here. Yeah, so conveniently most of the side quests that we have to do are here in Ul'dah, so we'll start with that and then we'll move on to Mordona, which is where everything else goes. So first we've got Gone to Pieces. By his vexed expression, it's safe to assume Sinkgot has a favor to ask of you. For 12's sake, what living am I to make without wares to sell? She promised the shipment would be here by now. Ah, you there. You're an adventurer, are you not? Might I ask for your help in tracking a shipment of goods sorely behind schedule? I know what you're thinking, but considering the client, this request is certain to benefit you as well. If you're up to the task, I would have you speak to Nesting Heron at the bonfire in central Thanalan. For this shipment to be so late, I can only imagine some new innovation that Mutamix fellow has her preoccupied. And conveniently, that is also our next destination. God, I'm so good at planning these things. I actually totally forgot that it was going to take me out there. I thought he was just going to give me the ability. But, hey, you know what? Happy coincidence. I know not everybody is talking right now necessarily, but how are people doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. I hear Bomb Rush Cyberfunk came out today. Good to hear. Is it good? I hope it's good. Does the tutorial suck? I saw people making a joke about that for the comparison to Jet Set Radio, but I have played neither game, so I cannot confirm nor deny that is an accurate comparison. I was gonna ask if the music is good, but of course it's fucking good. It's got Hideki, Family Guy, Funny Moments, Naganuma in it. Hello, Nesting Heron. What's this about a shipment? Oh, yes, of course. The package is being prepared and ready to be ready to be shipped. I meant to handle it sooner, but I've become engrossed in the study of desynthesis. I'll be sure to send word of your visit along with his wares. What's desynthesis? You have not heard of desynthesis. I suppose you would have to visit the bonfire quite often to keep pace with Mutamix's myriad findings. Allow me to explain. Desynthesis is a new technique developed by Mutamix to break down weapons and armor into their constituent parts. In short, it allows the retrieval of those materials originally used to craft an item. On occasion, the process will also yield a peculiar crystallized mass. There is still much research to be done, but we believe the mass is formed from residual spirit bond energies infused into equipment by the hands that crafted them. Because the process is similar to the creation of materia, we've come to call these crystals demi-materia. Just imagine the applications. Fortifying weapons, creating new armor, the possibilities are limitless. It may also be worth mentioning that, while some of the demi-materia byproducts seemed unfit for reuse, their radiance was not unlike the rubies and sapphires one might find for sale in Ul'dah. I imagine they would fetch a fair price if you were to show them to the right buyer. But if you are truly interested in learning more of desynthesis, I can think of no better way than trying it yourself. Perhaps the next time we meet, you can tell me of your own findings. Bye. Desynthesis gives demi-materia. Yeah, demi-materia is an item that are things that are used in, like, ARR crafts, and, like, that's it as far as I know. And she's right, they do sell for a lot on the market board, because people need them for stuff. Additionally, I've also finished the Materia Melding Muchly quest off stream, so I might as well turn that in now. Psh. Uplander has good joiny skill. Mutamix give Uplander secret knowings of word bond. Mostly part, one fighty tool bears only little materia, but if Uplander uses secret joiny skill, one fighty tool bears many materia. Maybe. Mutamix teach Uplander secret joiny skill, but Uplander keep in braincase that sometimes work unrightly. Will fighty tool of Uplander bear many materia, or will materia turn to bitty bits, using secret joiny skill not for Strong of bladder? Now we can, pentameld things. But I will not be doing that. Alright, now we are off to Southern Thanalan. This isn't going to be a perfect loop, but it's going to be decent, at the very least. Let's be... Oh, also, slight update. I got White Mage to level 60. So, that's all of the canon classes being Paladin, Scholar, Summoner, Bard, and Ninja all to 60. So I will be starting to work on the other classes now. I hope you guys are proud of me. There's a chance that the leveling portion of the Heavensward bit will be much shorter than I initially anticipated and will only include upwards of, like, 2 jobs. Alright, we are headed down all the way to the south for Zombies Are People Too. We'll be Monk for this. Because Monk is fun. Look at this desert. Beautiful. Look at those worms. Even more beautiful. Also, before we pick those things up, I've picked up a couple of extra minions that I should read. You guys should be really fucking happy with me for this, because I did hunts for like weeks on end in order to get these goddamn minions. Wind-up succubus, 100% anatomically correct. Handle with care. I'm not going to ask about that one. Also, I'm now despicable. Cool. Wind-up succubus, one of the countless clockwork servitors discovered in the home of a Gridanian goldsmith, recently hanged for the crime of ritual summoning. It is believed while crafting the automata, he became increasingly obsessed with the void, until the darkness bid him do the unthinkable. Fuck the toy. That succubus will drain you to a lifeless husk, Kokobigo. Kokobigo, in this case, is talking about that one succubus lady that was voiced by Homestar Runner that we killed in the Thaumaturge questline. Remember that? Good times. Treasure box, oops. It is unknown what manner of spirit possessed this tiny treasure chest, but the fact that it will not hesitate to nip at the fingers of anyone who try and pry it open is painfully evident. Originally used by an Eorzean Alliance paymaster to store allied seals, until the box began eating them. She sold the box in hopes of recouping her losses, skimming off adventure rewards to cover the rest, until she was caught and sentenced to a public flogging. Nice. A pirate don't abandon his treasures, unless they bite him. Hab! Oh, and hey, this gives me a minion too. Zombies are people too. Hab the zombie just wants some love. Oh, I'm sorry. I suppose you don't speak Zomblish. You'll have to forgive me. I've been feeling awfully depressed of late. And why shouldn't I? What with you and your friends always trying to hack me limb from limb? Why, it's as if my rotting malodorous flesh and propensity for snacking on adventurer blains has made me some sort of pariah. Ah, the only one who has ever treated me with any decency were the Sabatender friends, and I haven't seen them in ages. My best friend among them was spirited away while we were strolling through the Shroud. I do hope he's safe. Stay your sword, I promise I'm not like the others. Why, I absolutely despise the taste of adventurer brains. Bloodthirsty adventurers always to try and hack me from limb. What did we zombies ever do to them? Aside from the brain eating, that is. Okay, I guess we're going to Central Shroud then. That's fine. I don't remember if I've ever actually done this quest before. I think I've just always ignored it. Sabo Tendrick. Wait, hang on. Let me... I have a button for this. Maybe? If it's gonna work, that'd be really nice. God damn it, hang on, I'm fixing this. I can't do this. Well, that's annoying. My buttons aren't working. Why? God damn it, I had... Everything was fine. Yeah, they're all just not working for some reason. That's cool, I guess. Okay, well, just imagine I did like the Metal Gear exclamation point sound here. Off he goes. And back down to Forgotten Springs. Now, why would this be happening, I guess is the question. If every single sound just happens immediately, like in quick succession, that's going to be really annoying.
My dear friend Sabotendrick just returned. It was you that found him. Why, you must be the kindest adventurer I've ever met. I promise I won't eat your brains unless you're the last adventurer in Eorzea. Perhaps you could track down my other Sabotender friends as well. Sabotendra disappeared while we were on an excursion to Lenosha. Do you think it's my body odor? Okay, damn, we're really going everywhere, huh? I also appreciate that he didn't actually tell us where in Lenosha his friend disappeared. He was just like, yeah, he's in Lenosha, you'll figure it out. Actually, hold on a minute. No, that's correct. Why would this just suddenly not be working? Oh, he's taking a bath. Metal Gear exclamation point noise. Back we go. I have spent upwards of like 1,500 gil on this quest. 2,000, technically. Are you also gonna say nothing? You are. How about you? Yep. Alright, one more, right? Joy of joys! Sabotendrid returns just moments ago. He assured me that he merely got lost, and that I smell just fine. At least, that's what I think he meant to say. Why, that only leaves Sabotendale. He was always the shy, retiring type. He was relaxing in his favorite pot when it was stolen by a band of Amalja brigands. Could you find him for me? Oh, and take this fire sand just in case he's stuck inside. Thank God it's just here. I don't have to go too far. Pot. Where is the pot? Hey! Why don't you fuck off, buddy? I'm working here. You guys got any pot? Hang on.
Hey, you guys got any pot? I'm not a narc, I swear. Okay, fine. Where is this pot? Ow. Okay, well, it is on that level, at least. Unless it's, like, not labeled. Which would be a little fucked up, honestly. 24 ounces of fire sand, blasting powder to clear tunnels and mines, though 24 ounces is a tad overkill. I missed, apparently. That's nice. Where's the pot, then? Oh. Sure, okay. That's not really in the Amalja encampment, is it? It's like next to it. Hey, Dale. Well, that's a lot of exclamation points. But we did it. We're finally free. Where'd all your friends go? Sabotendale came back, then left just as quickly to go home with his brothers. Said that the winds of Thanalan were calling him home. Hi, Scoosh! Or, at least that's what I think he said. How nice it must be to have a family. Mine's long dead. Dead, dead, not undead, like me. Still, just knowing that I have friends in this vast, lonely world is enough for me. Why, I suppose I can even call you a friend. You don't mind my odor, do you? Not at all. I will be leaving, though. And I got the Cactar Cutting. Take care not to suffer 1,000 points of damage to your heart. Hab, loneliest zombie in the realm, is certain that this Cactar Cutting was taken from his trusty companion Sabotendric, or if not, then most positively Sabotendred. What he did not know, however, is that it is in fact from the oft-forgotten Sabotendale. The interior of its arm holds a surprising amount of fresh, drinkable wallage. What the fuck is wrong with me? Water is that word. Okay, let's go to, northern Thanalan. Because it's time for... or not northern, sorry. Western Thanalan. Because it's time for the puzzle quest. Yeah, so speaking of this quest, I kind of agonized long and hard over what exactly I was going to do for it, because, like, the whole point of the quest is that, like, it's a puzzle, you're supposed to figure it out, it's an ARG, you know, you're supposed, or not ARG, but, like, you know, you're supposed to have fun with it, but, like, there's no good way to do it on stream, because A, I've already done it before, and B, like, a lot of other people in here have also already done it. And I was like, well, what I could do is I could make, like, a fun little game out of it, where, like, I have people try and answer it, but at that point, it's just, like, I don't know if it's worth the effort, and I'm not entirely sure how I'd even set that up. So I just decided I'm just gonna fucking do it on stream, and I'm just gonna read everything. So it's not as interesting as it theoretically could be, but at least we're getting it done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the only thing that matters. We'll also be doing Memories Rekindled, because that's here. In fact, honestly, we might as well do Memories Rekindled first, because that's going to take significantly less time. Wistful Whitebeard.
Nothing like staring out at the sea to bring an old man back to his glory days. Aye, the good old times when his whole life still lay ahead of him and the greatest adventures were yet to be. Gah! Don't you know better than to sneak up on your elders like that, young'un? Are you trying to send me to an early grave? Well, not early as such. But don't tell me. Aye, I can see it from that, just the look of you. You're an adventurer, an accomplished one at that, yes? Aye, you may not be the graybeard I am, but I reckon you've a memory or two you'd be keen on remembering. So what say you join me for a while before you return to the road? After all, sometimes reflecting on the past can be just what you need to discover the path you'd forge into the future. Bye!
How am I feeling? Better. Definitely better. I would say that my hacking cough is gone, but it's not. It was gone for a little bit, and then I forgot to sleep for a day. And then I felt worse. And then also, yeah, you know. But someday I will be better, and I will not be coughing and sneezing and shitting and farting everywhere. Hey man, the greatest story never told. The realm of Eorzea is filled with countless mysteries, but there is only one which valiant heart wishes to solve. Elements? Wheels? Ah, it's gibberish. Utter gibberish. As I live and breathe, a warrior of light. I haven't seen your like in years. Not since bloody Cartano, certainly. I see you refuse to confirm or deny my assessment. Keeping a low profile, are we? Very well. I shall speak of this to no one. By the by, my name is Valiant Heart. Pleasure to meet you, my lady. Ah, look at us, two veterans burdened with experience beyond the common man's ken. I say, we should be friends, you and I, and to that end I shall share with you my reason for being here, and in so doing, deepen our bond. Tell me, have you heard of Winebound? He was an explorer of some renown 10 years ago, though he regrettably retired and passed on not long ago. It is said that he discovered treasure worth 100 million gil. That's right, 100 million gil! Winebound called it the most precious secret of Lalafuto III, who was Sultan of Beladia some 700 years ago. Just think what we might do with such a treasure. Aye, I say we, for should you aid me in my search, I would gladly share the spoils. What say ye? Yeah, sure. Of course you will. Only a great fool would turn her back on a phenomenal wealth and everlasting glory. Now then, to the task at hand. Upon the statue of the Silent King is writ a message left to us by Winebound himself, which I believe will lead us to the treasure. Alas, it is encoded, and deciphering it is no small feat. See for yourself, I have only finished the first passage. What is worse, the contents are nigh unintelligible. It appears to be a riddle, but beyond that I cannot say. And so I would turn to you. If you solve the riddles I decipher, then together we can claim the treasure of Lalafuto III. Then let us begin at once. Look at the statue for the first riddle. Anyone know why this game's audio distorts when being streamed? It happens on Twitch, Discord, anytime it's being streamed. Know how to fix it. Is it distorted? I guess I don't know, because I don't listen to my own streams of it too often. do you have to say, sir? Thaumaturges summoned one of their own from the ossuary to inspect this message when it was first found. He came and went in less than a bell, having determined at a glance that it wasn't Beladian in origin. Yet the treasure we seek belonged to a Beladian sultan, and there must be a reason why Winebound chose to mark this statue. That fellow, Yayaroku was his name, I believe, might have an insight into this riddle. Is it on the streamer's end? It's just from the viewer? Oh, okay. Well, at least it's not my fault. Carved into the statue is a series of strange characters. Next to them, written in chalk, you find Valiant Heart's translation. HOOSC Bra N''SEMCE. Fire, lightning, water, ice. Fire, lightning, water, earth, ice, wind. The wheel must turn anew. So, Yayaroku in the Thaumaturges Guild we can talk to get a hint on how this riddle is meant to be solved. So let's go do that, shall we? It is worth noting, however, that this quest does slightly differ. There are a couple of different versions of it, and we got a specific one. But believe it or not, this first step isn't too hard, because of that little like bit of wordage, you can I think fairly easily determine what each location mentioned in, because it's a location. Let's see if we can find Yayaroku. There he is. Hello, sir. You wish to speak of ancient Belladia. It would be my pleasure to converse with a fellow student of history. Wait, this isn't about Winebound's message, is it? Then you must be another wide-eyed treasure hunter searching for the lost treasure of Lalafuto III. Winebound was a skilled storyteller, and you'd be forgiven for thinking his tales were all true. Even now, I cannot say if he was lying to us or himself. You say you deciphered his message. Very well, let us hear it. Fire, lightning, water, earth, ice, wind. The wheel must turn anew. The 6 elements, but the order is wrong. The spark of lightning ignites when it strikes, and thus fire is born. The heat of fire renders to ash all that it touches, and thus earth is born. The density of earth shuns sun and harbors cold, thus ice is born. The air armor of ice melts away, and thus water is born. The moistness of water mists and rises, and thus wind is born. The gusts and sighs of wind gather the clouds, and thus lightning is born. A passage from essences and permutations, in case you were unaware. Anyway, I have no idea what Winebound meant to say. The puzzle here is you need to rearrange the bits of the scrambled letters in the order that he mentions, which is lightning, fire, earth, ice, water, wind, as opposed to lightning, water, earth, ice, fire, lightning, water, earth, ice, wind. So in our case, the location that it refers to is Ocean's Embrace, which is in Lenosha. So let's get going. Drowning wench. Alright. Ocean's Embrace is that bridge where that one Rogadin is getting sucked off. So you have to go to Ocean's Embrace because the letters that we got from that riddle were HO/OSC/BRA/N'(S/EM/CE. And there are 6 of them, and they are in order of, like, so HO is associated with fire, OSC is associated with lightning, BRA is associated with water. So with that in mind, by rearranging everything to be in the correct order of elements, it spells Ocean's Embrace. And we want to talk to this novice explorer. At long last, does the wheel turn anew? Are you the one for whom I've waited? Hi, Beast. Praise the 12! Master Winebow told me it might be years, even decades, until one came. If someone came, but I swore an oath, so I couldn't. You don't understand, this is all so exciting. But you're not here for that, or for me. You're here for the treasure, aren't you? This is Master Winebow's journal, and it belongs to you now. No, that's not true. It was always yours. You had yet to claim it, is all. Keep it close, fellow explorer. This is only the beginning. He never told us what it was, the treasure. I think he thought just knowing was enough to put us at risk. So he hid it, and left his clues that only that an explorer worthy of the prize could ever hope to succeed. They call him a charlatan, but I know he spoke the truth. It's real, and you'll find it. And then, you'll show it to me, won't you? So, one other just note to make is the 2 other locations you can get from this are Florentel's Spire, which is in Corthus, Florentel's Spire, I think is, sorry, I think it's the, yeah, it's here. It's the thing leading to the Corthus Central Highlands. And then Thal's Respite in southern Thanalan, which is, nope, it's in eastern Thanalan, isn't it? Yeah, right there, which is where we fought the, you know the guy, you know the one. Also again, hi bees, how are you doing? Are you dead? Are you Lotto B dead? Why are you Lotto B dead? You should be OPG Nina instead. Thank you, that's what I wanted. I'm so glad that's my most used emote, by the way. Because she deserves it. Remember, everyone, never take an airship to Ul'dah. Take an airship to the Gold Saucer, and then take an airship to Ul'dah. Because that's always free. Do that, and like me, you can eventually build up 20 million gil, and then donate all of it to a club. Gil saving technique. Did we actually get a book? We did. Wineboud's Travelogue, a thick yet compact tome filled with cryptic riddles and queer sketches. Oh wow, he's gay. Good for him. If one were to know its secrets, the log could quite possibly be the key to discovering wondrous treasure. I am ought to be dead because I was very brave and had a doctor phone call. I'm very proud of you for almost an hour. Oh wow. Went over a lot of my needs and exhausted, don't have any energy or money to get yourself a nice treat for being brave. Told to try and do that whenever doing something like to help reinforce that it was important to do. Well, you know who does have both of those things, or at least one of those 2 things? Me. What do you want? Let me know what it is and I'll get it for you. I don't care. You deserve it. You did a good. Rouja, you've returned. Tell me, have you solved Wineboud's riddle? Where did it lead you? The Journal of the Explorer himself! I knew I was right to trust in you. I have news to share as well, though it is not quite as uplifting. I have deciphered another passage, only to find myself confronted with yet another inscrutable riddle.
but I'm sure you'll have no trouble with it, given how quickly you deduced the answer to the first one. You'll find my translation right next to the messages before. I'm counting on you, my puzzle aficionado. Carved upon the statue is a series of strange characters, blah, blah, blah. G, N, N, D, N, G, S, G, F, B, N, F, NFT! Q, M, B, K, B, V. Memenugu knows the steps. The next riddle is waiting for you, my friend. Go and do what you do best. Okay. So, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Once again, multiple permutations of this one. But now we need to go find Memenegu. I don't remember where to find Memenegu. Oh, they're in Central Fenland. Okay. I remember now. Bees, I bought Baldur's Gate 3 for a friend on a whim while I was out of town. So I would say like $60 is probably my current limit. At least because I'm saving, or I have expenses that I'm saving up for right now. But like, I don't know. If you want Baldur's Gate, I'll buy you Baldur's Gate. Whatever. You have an idea? All right, tell me. DM it to me. That would probably be easiest. And I can check it in a bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I can do that. Alright. They should be... Shut the fuck up over there. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. So, if I understand you correctly, a riddle on a statue said, I know the steps? A riddle written by Winebound. I'm sorry, but I haven't the foggiest what that could mean. I swear, famed explorer or not, the man was a bloody fool when it came to combat. This step nonsense reminds me of the time he tried to critique the form of my Elzen associate. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, over and over again until the end. Gods, he said it so many times, it's been stuck in my head ever since. So that is, once again, the clue to how to solve the thingy. So it is a literacy one where you need to use the next letter in order to solve what it says. So what our thing says is G, N, N, D, N, G, S, G, F, and then yada yada yada, which translates eventually to Home of the Coral Claw, which refers to a place called Taker's Rot Cave in South Shroud. Pee pee poo poo check snail tea to match my snurse. What a good series of words. Alright, off to Shroud. Gridania. Yeah, I'll probably put in the pre-order for this thing after stream, just so I can get all your details and shit correct. Even though I believe we have those kind of pinned in each other's respective things, which, by the way, I love to get my Ghost Trick my DS copy of Ghost Trick soon. Smile. I don't know why I didn't just walk out of the fucking door. I also don't know why I didn't just use return. That would have been smart. You don't need to worry about it right now, because I know you said you're out of energy, so, you know. I'll continually remind you of it later.
But right now you rest and rest happy knowing that eventually the pee-pee poo-poo snail shirt will eventually be yours. More like BP poo-poo. Yeah, that's also true. Here's a question. Do you not have this might be just like me, like a me thing, but do you keep like addresses pinned right between off my pewter and breasting boobly image? Okay, wonderful. Don't ask other people. Don't ask what that means. Does anybody else just like keep every cardboard box that they ever get around just in case they need it for something? Because I do that all the time. Like, back before I moved into my current apartment, like, the area behind my bed was just fucking filled with cardboard boxes. It's great. Like, it's really great for, like, for when you need to send packages or presents or whatever. Oh, hey, what's this? A rope? A soap on a rope? Magic runes float across your eyes, assuming familiar shapes. Seeker of treasure and truth, I congratulate and bid you welcome. Who you are, I wonder, and why have you come this far? What drives you to solve my riddles, and what do you expect to find? You must wonder what kind of man I was as well. Doubtless you have heard stories, some more flattering than others. But I have rambled enough, and you must be rewarded. Allow me to share with you a verse written by my favorite poet. Clandestine rendezvous leaves me breathless and wanting. Obsession consumes me, a thirst for the taboo. Cool. Also, it appears that my guest might be ready. Let's see. Hello, guest. Wait, 1 second. I forgot I need to do something. Okay, there we go. Now say hello again.
Hello.
There they are. Emily, welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
I am alive, and I have chicken.
Hell yes. Emily Sweep. True. How are you doing? Other than having the chicken. How was your day today?
It was alright. I made it through work, so, you know, no complaints.
Nice. I also made it through work despite not having my meds.
I am so sorry.
It's been 2 weeks now.
Oh my god.
And I just called because slight backstory here. So I ran, I had one med left, like, on the day that I realized I had COVID. And
Right.
so oh, you got prescribed ADHD meds? Congratulations, your life will now be living hell because of that.
Correct.
They're a bitch to obtain. So,
Correct.
so I had one like capsule left, and as I realized, I was like, I'm gonna be fucking bedridden for like a week. There's no point in taking my meds. And I was right, there was no point in taking my meds. I felt pretty miserable that entire week, but like, I didn't have to take my meds. And conveniently, I also had a doctor's call on this Monday to basically set up like new refills of the meds, and also it was also like to ensure that I was not substance abusing or whatever, but also I wanted to use that to like switch me off the current meds that I was on and put me onto something more generic, because my current insurance does not cover the kind that I was taking, and they're super expensive, like $300+ every month,
Yay.
which sucks. So he was able to prescribe me some different ones. These are not like slow acting ones like my old ones were. They're like faster acting ones where I have to take 2 a day. And he's like, cool, they should be ready like pretty soon then. I was like, all right, cool, I'll pick them up after work because I have 1 bit of med left. And so on Wednesday, I took my last med and I got through the day at work. I was like, awesome, let's go pick up the new ones. And I go in there and I'm like, I'd like to pick up my meds. And they're like, awesome, they're ready. That'll be $130. And I'm like, oh, do you guys have my insurance? And they're like, no, we don't. Here, give us the card and we'll put it through. And I'm like, cool. And they do that, and then they hand it back to me and they're like, we need prior authorization in order to use your insurance for this. And I'm like, okay, how long is that gonna take? And they're like, well, we'll send it off to your doctor's office, and then your doctor's office will contact your insurance, and the insurance will contact the doctor's office, and the doctor's office will send it back to us, and then you can get your meds. And I'm like, okay. And then the lady was like, just call your doctor's office in like a few days and see if they've said anything. And I'm like, great. At least 2 days of no meds. So I got home. I was gonna give him a call yesterday, except the day previous I did not sleep at all. So
Right.
When I got home, I slept for 12 hours, and then this morning I woke up and I'm like, okay, today for sure. So when I get home, I call them right before stream. Oh, I know who that is. Thanks for follow. You should play Ghost Trick. So I got home, and I called my doctor's office. I also made a doctor's call today. I hope Bees is very proud of me. And I was like, hey guys, what's the status on the prior authorization? And they're like, yeah, you know, we have it, and we've like got it on our list, but like there's a chance it's probably gonna be like a week before it gets back. And I'm like, fucking awesome, dude. I'm gonna go. So tomorrow, I'm just gonna go to the fucking pharmacy and spend $130.
Yeah, prior auth is actually the bane of literally everyone's existence.
Yeah, the person I talked to at the doctor's office was thankfully very good-natured about it, and she was like, yeah, like, it's a scam that insurance companies use, essentially.
Yes.
Like, she was just like, it's awful, and like, it's especially used to like get money out of older folks, and I recalled,
Yes.
like, yeah, my folks were getting slammed with that for a while too, and I was just like, yeah, this sucks. But it's getting figured out, but it's getting figured out in the best way, which is I'm spending $130 on it. But at least I'm not spending $300. That's the most important thing.
I mean, that's true. That is a net save of 170.
Yes. 170 that I can be used to buy Bee's pee-pee poo-poo snail shirt. Alright. A message written in a magic runes. Amazing. Though the content was rather disappointing now that I think on it. I was expecting a clue to the treasure's location. Oh, I almost forgot. I finished translating another riddle. Why don't you go and take a look? We're doing riddles right now, by the way, Emily.
Okay. Hold on.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no worries, Bees. I'm happy to help. Hilfers, cutthroats, and brigands. The members of the Marauders Guild understand the importance of etiquette. This one looks to be even harder than the last. Very true. Alright. So, we need to go to the Marauders Guild, first and foremost. Luckily, there's a boat directly to Limsa from over here. Once again, this is another thing that has a lot of variance to it. You're fortunate that your ADHD isn't bad enough that meds needs to function, understand frustration. American healthcare sucks. Truest thing ever said. And I am also the kind of person who, like, the meds that I use are like, that's just one part of my life. There are people who need way more shit than I do. Like, trans people, God, I cannot imagine how much worse it is for them. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I have to deal with this one thing, and that's too much already.
Yeah,
I would not, I would not wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
Everyone should get free trans juice for free.
Don't
That's
know
what it's
a
called,
ton.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
That's what my girlfriend calls it.
Yeah.
I don't know a ton, but I know you have to get like blood testing regularly, which is like, congrats. Like, why do you have to? Well, I guess I get like to make
Run
sure
by
you're
vampires.
not dying, but like you could do that and still keep supplying the meds because they do that with my antidepressants. So like, I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I've managed as well. My biggest worry has been taking meds and then being made to stop because of prescription issues and whatnot, and feeling like shit because the debuff that was never supposed to be there is back. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like, on days where I don't take my meds, I'm more aware of that debuff than ever. Because, like, I mean, because obviously before the meds, I never knew it was there. It was just a thing that, like, it was just part of me, right? But now that I'm taking the meds and it's gone, I know what it's like to not have it anymore. And so now I'm aware that it's there. And oftentimes that, like, oftentimes the thought that, or the realization that I haven't taken my meds is enough to knock me off my rocker for, like, the entire day. I think, I want to say, honestly, that there have been days where I didn't take my meds, but, like, I thought I did, and that was enough to get me through it. But, like, as soon as I realize or I'm aware that I haven't taken them, I start to feel stuff again. And I hate that. I just want to never have to eat or sleep or anything ever again. I just want to focus on things. Actually, no, that's not true. I like eating and sleeping. I just wish I didn't feel the effects of not doing those things.
Yeah, that's fair.
A treatise on cultivating interpersonal relationships and influencing others catches your eye. You open it to the bookmark page and take note of an underlined passage. A deliberate display of emotion, as befits the situation, can be effective in deepening your relationship with others. True, I guess.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the whole thing.
So, from the phrase, you can determine the, so basically from that, not 100% sure exactly how this makes sense. Oh wait, no, I do. I understand. I know how. So, the location is based on a description of where the area is. So in this case, Hillfears, Cutthroats, and Brigands, which refers to the Astalacheia, or Astalesia, or whatever, in Limsa Lominsa. And then the letters that are, like, highlighted and blown up are the emote you're supposed to use out of order. So in this case, it's laugh, because H, L, U, A, and G are highlighted. So we're gonna go to the bow of the ship and laugh. And then the pirates are gonna throw us off the ship for being crazy.
Okay.
Here we go. Look, there it is. That actually makes things much easier.
All the way up there.
Hi, what are you?
Wow.
As you move closer to the light, it begins to grow dim, as if retreating from your presence. Perhaps you should reconsider your approach. Alright, let's see how bad the Vieira laugh emote is. That's alright. Magic runes float across your eyes, assuming familiar shapes. Seeker of treasure and truth, I must congratulate you once more. Let us celebrate your latest accomplishments with another verse from my favorite poet. Perchance we meet in public, not a beguiler. Ply me not with honeyed words, and spare me glances alluring. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. That guy's still up there, huh? That guy's life must suck.
Yeah. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah.
You know, Maybe he's getting some sort of recompense or something.
Yeah, or some thrill out of it. Who knows? I don't know these people's lives.
You know, who am I to judge?
Hi, I'm late. I think people can imagine why, considering what released today. I can. How is the game? Kent won't answer me. Is it good? Is the tutorial stupid? Texas Chainsaw Massacre? No. No, different. No.
I mean, that's what I was thinking.
Was that... Scoosh, is that a joke, or did you mean that? And I mean that, I don't mean to make fun of you for that, but, like, did you mean that? Because that's really funny. You mean it? Okay. No, he's talking about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Oh, that's really funny.
That was literally what was on my brain because my roommate was watching John Wolfe play it as we were waiting for the chicken to cook.
Maybe they should be playing Bomb Rush Cyberpunk instead.
Probably because, as you can imagine, day one release, a multiplayer game is gonna have problems.
Yeah, you know what immediately comes to mind? First of all, I didn't know there was a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming up, but immediately, as soon as I heard it, I was like, hey, didn't that Friday the 13th game, like, bomb super hard?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, it did.
Interesting. Good luck, guys. It's really good. Tutorial isn't bad either and leaves things to learn later. Well, then how can it possibly be a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio if the tutorial is good? Huh? You had to do what to trigger the message? This line was written with the idea that the game would not necessarily know what actions you had to do in order to do the thing, so it's vague on purpose. I know Winebat had some skill with magics, but that beggars belief. That curiosity aside, why is he continuing to spout poetry? Ah, never mind. For now, let us focus on the next riddle, which I've just finished translating. It's waiting for you, Aruja. I thought the Friday the 13th game did well, but it stopped getting updates due to licensing issues. I think you're right, it did, but also it was just kind of like mid.
It was a combo of both because like it didn't really ever have like gameplay updates. Like there's nothing new really to it. It was the same thing over and over.
And it didn't even have Leon moaning in it, like Dead by Daylight does. If you don't know what that means, go to a public library, look up Leon Dead by Daylight moan, and crank the volume up to maximum.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to a public library and do that.
Yep. If sword plus sword equals dagger, then return to me with an S of A. The master of markets has my list. What the fuck does that mean? I may be the most educated man, but even I know arithmetic uses numbers, not letters. Clearly, you've never had an algebra lesson.
Yeah, where were you when I was in algebra crying?
Alright, so... Oh, that's right. So, here, this is actually an interesting one. This is a step that changes based on what your home nation was, or what your starting, like, city was. In our case, Limsa. Ooh. So we gotta go back to Limsa. We gotta go talk to Swazblate on the lower decks. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. Hello. I thought there were going to be more characters in this, honestly, that you would get the chance to voice. But we'll get more when we get to the other quests.
It's fine.
Scoosh?
Go ahead.
Me too, buddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, like... It makes sense when someone else points it out, but would I be able to arrive at these conclusions, like, given my own devices? Absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, I've only been in an escape room, like, once or twice. And I almost got out, but I didn't. Hey, buddy. Do you want to do this one?
Sure. A fine day to you, madam. Wine Bulb's list? Probably let me think a moment. It has been several years, unless I have been mistaken, but there was a man by that name who begged assistance in procuring some supplies. With luck, his list may still be... Aha! One is
number one.
pearl...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. 1 is pearl, 2 is fluorite, 3 is malachite, 4 is choker, 5 is sunstone, 6 is earring, 7 is ring, 8 is bracelet. Rather vague, to say the least. I would have requested more information, but I haven't seen him since that day.
Okay.
Great.
Let's see. So, basically what that means is he wants S of A. And God, this is so fucking weird. There's like a whole mathematical thing that you use to figure out like what it all means, but essentially sword plus sword equals dagger equates to 78321 plus 78321 equals 156642. And so we are looking for S of A. S means 7, and A means well, sorry. A means 5, I think, is what it is. So it's sunstone. We need to get a sunstone ring. With that equipped, we have to a Minson ring. Do I have a sunstone ring? No. Shit. Well, let's see.
See, here's the thing. Escape rooms usually have very well laid out clues that do in some way make sense. Or at the very least, they're kind of like this, where when someone else points it out to you, you see the logic. But for some reason, even with this, like, I feel like there's no way I could reach this given my own devices. Most escape rooms, I feel like I could reach them given my own devices. It just may take me longer than, like, the necessary time limit. Because, like, sometimes it just depends, like, who put it together and why.
Mm-hmm. And
This?
also,
No.
one small fun fact about me, I didn't do escape rooms for the longest time, despite loving solving puzzles, because I thought they would actually lock you in if you couldn't solve the puzzles,
No.
and like you would die in there.
No.
Or like there was a time limit and they would like fucking kill you. I was not very smart. Alright.
Hey, listen, I have a lot of thoughts about puzzles, and especially things like escape rooms and anything horror related.
Shit. Hey, anybody on the market board selling a sunstone ring? Actually, can I make a sunstone ring? Is this gonna be an impromptu crafting stream? Let's find out. Level 27. No, I don't think I will. Fuck you. You're insane. I ain't doing that shit. It doesn't look like it's being sold at this jeweler. Because they only go up to level 20. Well, no, they go up to where it needs to be. Also, let me buy this just because I'm gonna need it for later. Let's see if anywhere else sells it. Yes, one person does in fact sell it. Hell yes. Gold saucer. Not on the gold saucer, it's in Ul'dah. Once again, I'm just doing this because it's a free flight.
always a good choice.
Once again, I would fly fucking... if there was a way to, like... All flights to Vegas are free! And all flights, like, going from Vegas to somewhere else are also free. It's like, shit, I would fly to Vegas all the fucking time if that was the case. For free flights? Hell yeah. I would absolutely brave Vegas for, like, a single day in order to do that.
You know, I've never been to Vegas.
Don't. If you're anything like me, you will hate it.
You know what? Fair enough.
Actually, is this the right? Yes, this is the right place. Let's see, we're looking for... Oh, you know what? It's over there. Right. I think, right? Yes.
Please, I'm begging you, if you see Bitch Puddin' while you are at TwitchCon, can you say hello for me? Like, I'm just asking. Since I can't go. Thank you. I love you. You're a great friend.
Also, thank them for their work on the hit upcoming fighting game Drag Her. I don't know if they're in the game, but I think they helped consult on it or something.
Oh, I hope so.
Or at least they were talked to about it. Well, I mean, you can also thank Emily for the game, too, if you want to. Okay, now I need to go back and equip the Sunstone Ring, which I will promptly sell after this quest is done. If I had planned this better, I would have used the one that you got from a quest line. But I didn't. As you linger near the strange markings, your jewelry begins to grow uncomfortably warm. Wait to see if anything happens? Fuck no, I'm running away! My jewels are about to explode. Magic runes float across your eyes, assuming familiar shapes. Seeker of truth, treasure and truth, you are clever indeed. I pray you appreciate this next verse as much as I. Ere long, this torment must end. Together we must be. Renounce it all, I would, but we must be more discreet. You saw something, didn't you?
Go ahead.
What, you saw something, didn't you? Tell me everything, everything! Huh? Again he includes a verse of poetry. Gods, why must he be so obtuse? Why can't he not just tell us where it is? I know not what to do, Ruja. I just finished deciphering the remaining portion of his message, and... just read it. Irrespective of the lives we lead, we are often defined by our beginnings and endings. The poet understood this. So do I, and so must you. Seeker of truth, treasure, and truth, I have given you the key. The lock lies before you, behind my obfuscations. It's a story, you see, but not the one we were told. He mentioned the poet. Perhaps his verses contain a clue. I keep turning them over in my head, but to no avail. Why do you repeat it? Would you repeat it? Clandestine rendezvous, la la la. Obsession consumes me. Oh good, we have to repeatedly talk to him in order to get these. Perchance we meet in public, but not a beguiler. Ply me with Hudian words and spare me glances alluring. Ere long, this torment must end. Together we must be. Renounce it all, blah blah blah. And why do you seek the treasure? Let's just say that during my enlistment in the Flames, I picked up a few bad habits. Expensive habits. Really though, what does it matter? If we find it, we'll both be richer than Lord Lolorito. So, this one is a little weird. Essentially, the first letter of each of those lines of poetry spells copper. The last letter of those lines of poetry spells gorget. Copper gorget. Bam. Also, I'm finally having the first D&D session on Sunday for a game that has been on hiatus since October. Wish me luck. Struggling to remember. Hey, best of luck. You can do it. I believe in you. And I think... Aha! Yep, there we go. As you approach the faded markings, you feel the copper gorget around your neck grow warm. Magic runes float across your eyes, assuming familiar shapes. Seeker of treasure and truth, I can deny you no longer. The most precious secret of Lalafuto III, priceless treasure beyond measure, is yours. Reach within and claim your prize. A grinding sound draws your attention to the section of the statue, where a small opening has appeared.
You think I'm gonna reach my hand into a statue?
Put your hand into the hole?
No!
What was that? The statue! The hole wasn't there before! You solved it, didn't you? The final riddle! Then you know where the treasure is! That there, in your hands, that's the Sultan's secret treasure! Give it to me, give it to me! The gods may condemn me, my people may forsake me, history may judge me as a fool, power and prestige, fortune and fineries, all I would forsake you, for my kingdom might crumble. And it goes on like this, line after line of love poetry? These are not more than the words of some lovesick buffoon to his beloved. Over and over he repeats the same hackneyed phrases in his desire to renounce, to forsake, to abdicate the throne. Wait, could it be this was written by Lalafuto III? Many believe that the Sultan's wife had him assassinated so that she could claim the throne for herself. Though that would seem the most likely explanation, his sudden disappearance remains a mystery to this day. Yet if these poems are to be believed, Lalafuto III was madly in love with his paramour, and wished to be free of his royal responsibilities. He was plotting to flee the capital in secret, and may very well have succeeded. An ambitious courtier could have used these poems to gain favor with the Sultana or her enemies. On one hand, they are arguably evidence that Lalafuto III still lived. On the other hand, one could assert that Memetto the Meek had him murdered for this ultimate betrayal. But why did Weinbaud claim this treasure was worth 100 million gil? 700 years ago he would have been right, but the nation of Belladia is no more. There's something here written in a different script. A love that will echo through the ages. Truly, there is not more precious in all creation. All those riddles, all those clues, all for this? Weinbaud, you thrice-damned son of a whore, I can't pay off my debts with Swivic poetry! 10 gil.
Get fucked.
I left all my treasure in one piece. I hope that's how One Piece ends. Anyway, we did it. Now we're off to Mordona. The One Piece is real! And it's poetry! Now, I have never read One Piece, and I have no intention to either. Sorry, One Piece fans.
Me neither.
Is there anything that the One Piece could actually be that would be satisfactory? Because it's been hyped up for so long now. And like, I assume there's tons of speculation on what it is, and like, if it's actually treasure, or whatever, like, in-universe, and also for people reading the stories. But like, the hype is built up so much now that like, what's it gonna, like, literally what's it gonna be? And your answer might be, well, you could read the story and find out. And the answer is no, I can't do that, because they haven't said what it is yet. I'll read the last chapter when they tell me what it is, but that's it.
Yeah, that's like, the weirdest thing to me is like how long it's gone on, because I know one of my roommates in college watched the anime, and I remember watching some of it with her and being like, how long can this go on for? Like, I don't feel like there's enough substance
A while, apparently.
here.
It's strange. It's funny to me that it's been this long without them finding it. Because like, imagine if in Dragon Ball they like talked about the Dragon Balls, but they never found them.
Yeah.
You know. It just seems funny. All right. It's time. I'm glad you're here, Emily, because there is a character that I would love for you to voice.
Uh-huh.
It's not Slaffborn. I'll voice Slaffborn. Magitechnical difficulties. Slaffborn has a seemingly urgent message for you. Greetings, Ruja. You've come at just the right time. A visitor is waiting for you in the workshop. A friend of Sid, it seems. Realizing your preoccupation with other matters of import, I suggested that she wait at the seventh heaven until your arrival, but she refuses to leave.
I fear you have a very brash client on your hands, friend. Are you ready to go inside? I fear waiting will only make her more irritable. There she is.
Yes.
Hi, Jesse.
So you're Miss Lorelei, eh? Took you long enough. The name's Jesse, Deputy President of Garland Ironworks. Don't look too impressed now. In truth, I'm nothing more than an engineer, but thanks to you filling Master Garland's head with them damn fool ideas of heroism and saving the realm, there's no one else to fill his golden breeches. We've been busting our collective arses on these orders from Highwind Skyways. Excuse me. And are still only scraping by. The real problem is, with Master Garland gone, productivity's dropped like the knickers on a stone's throw strumpet. The company will be in deep if something ain't done.
This is my favorite depiction of Jessie ever. Because she's swearing like a pirate here, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, productivity's dropped like the fucking, like, pants on a whore! And also, just the fact that she's like, he's not doing his job. He's out adventuring because of you. He runs a company. He has a job to do.
And that's why I'm here. Sure, our machinists have made their fair share of chronometers and plasma lamps, but we needed something grand. Something that'll have clients on their knees, literally begging us to take all their sparkling gil. I want you to show me the Magitech armor you borrowed from our friends, the Garlands. Yes, I know all about your little foray into the Praetorium. You can thank Biggs and Wedge for that. I reckon there's a lot we can learn from that Reaper, and after all you've done to distract Master Garland, I'd say you owe us that much and more.
Like the other main cast of Garland Ironworks, Jessie is a recurring character in the series as well. Yes, she is. Her character in FF7 Remake was expanded upon by the fact that A, she's voiced by Erica Lindbeck, and B, there were a ton of memes about her being incredibly horny for Cloud, which I can understand. He's Cloud.
I mean...
He looks good in a dress.
I mean... I would much rather, like, look at Tifa, but, like...
Yeah, no,
that's
I mean...
That's the lesbianism.
Yeah. But also, like, you know, Cloud is also kind of like a wet, pathetic dog character. So, I mean, I can see the appeal for that.
You know what? Fair enough.
Hang on, I'll go get the armor. Here I go.
This is amazing! Do you even know what you have here? Listen to that ceruleum engine. I've never heard anything so sweet. And the servo mechanism should be... Wait! A mammoth core? Think of that. They're so easy to come by. Mass production would be as easy as stealing candy from a baby. Or course from a mammoth.
Like ripping the heart out of a... Never mind.
But what in the seven bloody hells have you done to the cannon's poor convergence modulator? Bring it out firing victory rounds after slaying some family of rabid squirrels, no doubt. It's a wonder the whole suit isn't a steaming pile of molten slag. Such a waste.
To be fair, we did burn it out blowing a hole in a big door. That was what we did.
Yeah. What in the builder's name are you looking at? You need something to fix your prying eyes on. Try the wall.
Stop being so mean to me.
Listen. You're telling me she doesn't have humiliation dom energy. Right in this moment.
I'm not saying shit about that.
I know you're not, because you'll incriminate yourself. Anyway. Any road, I can't bear to see such a fine piece of work in such a sorry state. I'll patch her up as best I can, but you'll need to gather the parts needed for the job. Think of it as one of them adventures you are so keen on.
For the record, I like it when people are nice to me more than anything else.
You know what? Fair enough. A make number 49 Magitech converter and a make number 50 Magitech oscillator should do the trick. Oh, and a Magitech cannon barrel maker 51. I can't guarantee she'll be good as new, but at the very least she'll be in better shape than she's in now, which still ain't saying much. Eyes on me, Ruja. I ain't done with you yet. That is, unless you know whereabouts one might stumble across a spare converter, oscillator, and a cannon barrel. No? Didn't think so. So here's a hint. It rhymes with castrum sentry.
Is it castrum sentry? Yes!
You see, Garlean-made technology is what we're after, and I can't think of a better place to find some. Off with you now.
I mean, I guess castrum sentry does technically rhyme with castrum sentry.
Technically speaking, yes. You'll only or just borrowing numbers. I'm assuming
She's
the latter.
so mean!
So listen up. We need a Magitech converter number 49, a Magitech oscillator number 50, and a Magitech cannon barrel number 51. You might want to write that down unless it is your poor with letters to boot.
If I could have a vine boom go off there, I would, but I can't.
Now off to Castrum Sentry with you, and no stopping to sniff the sunflowers. It breaks my heart every second I have to think about that armor in such sorry shape.
It is criminal that Jessie is not featured in MSQ.
Listen.
Like, she's so funny. Because, like, as far as we've seen, she's literally the only member of Garland Ironworks who is not some flavor of crazy. Like, Biggs is close, but, like, he hangs out with Sid and Wedge, so, like, he's crazy by association. And then there's, like, a couple other Garland Ironworks people we meet here and there. Like, one of them is, like, obsessed with War Machina and makes creepy models of them and stuff. We won't get to meet him for a while. But, like, I assume the entire company is just filled with nothing but people like that. And then there's Jessie, who does her fucking job.
She just does her job, man.
She fucking goes home.
And she likes making shit.
Yeah. An additional detail that I learned that I thought was really funny. Oh, hey, there's a bot in chat. Hey, Bees, if you're still here, could you kill that guy? Thanks, Emily.
No problem.
So... the Ironworks armor, which is the highest level 50, or highest item level, one of the highest item level 50 gear that you can get in the game, is kind of implied / not implied to be made by Sid. But if you talk to Rowena, which I think we've done already and gotten this dialogue, you learn that Sid had nothing to do with the creation of the Ironworks armor. Jessie made it because their company needed some fucking shit to sell. And it is the funniest thing in the world to me that, like, one of the most popular Ironworks related equipment has nothing to do with Sid. He was off fucking around with an airship, and Jessie was like, alright, fine, I'll do it. And she's just as good an engineer as Sid is, if not better.
You got the job done?
Yep. Let's go, women. Alright, what do we got? Magitech Converter, number 49. Oh. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say let's go lesbians, but I don't know if she's a lesbian or not.
Yeah, she could be. Developed in the 49th year of the first Garlean Emperor's reign, this mechanical device transforms raw ethereal energies into a more stable form. Developed in the 50th year of the first Garlean Emperor's reign, this mechanical device emits signals by generating waves in the ether, Magitech Oscillator. And Cannon Barrel 51. Developed in the 51st year of the first Garlean Emperor's reign, this cylindrical tube is perfectly calibrated to ensure almost no deviation in projectile trajectory. So that kind of explains the way that the Garlean-like naming conventions work. Like, eventually you'll get a set of armor that's like, such and such number 55, which means it's armor that was manufactured in the 55th year of the first Emperor's reign. Mm-hmm. Which is interesting.
Let me guess, you've lost, no broken, no traded for magical beans. The parts that we need.
I don't know why you have to be so mean to me about it, but yeah.
Well, colored me mildly impressed. I was half expecting the worst and got, well, less than the worst. Don't get all giddy on me now. You're still not off the hook for stealing away Master Garland, but I'll admit I'm beginning to see why he might feel the need to latch himself onto an adventurer like he might a stray pup. Alright, let's see if I can't salvage this mess of a masterpiece.
Various engineering sounds. Oh yeah, there they are.
Woo! I think that's it. Both Magitech and Photon Cannons should be functional.
You're kind of alive-ish. Congratulations, Kent. You survived the bomb rush cyberfunk.
That said, I'm no Garlean. There's no third eye hidden up under these lovely logs, and there's a great deal I don't know about their machina. I can't guarantee these cannons won't misfire, but then again, a misfire is better than no fire, eh? Even so, I wouldn't recommend using the weaponry in actual battle. Speaking of fire, it's high time I got back to the ironworks. Patching up those cannons has given me a few ideas. You take good care of that armor, or you'll have to answer to me, Ruja.
Down basically all day due to air quality hard countering me. Ooh, that's no fun. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Have you at least gotten to play Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? Sorry, people are tagging me in things because I made a funny joke. You have not yet? Oh! But you gotta! Hooray! We can now shoot cannons and stuff out of Maggie.
Yay!
That cannot be used in combat.
But it's cool.
It's true. Alright. And Jessie said she would kill us if anything happened to the armor, so... Sure, ma'am. Don't you worry about a thing. Alright, it's finally time for the point of the stream. Mail. By the way, I've taken this long to talk about it because, yes, I brought you on for the male stream, sorry. I know you'd be more interested in the female stream, but anyway. The association with the beginning opening song and the thing is in Fallout New Vegas, you play as a mailman. Or mailwoman. There you go. Of errant epistles. Clinthoa thought her tires of having the possessions of others foisted upon her. 7 hells! Are those bloody furballs blind? Scarnfrusk sin, not Scarnfrusk win. It's writ clear as day. Pardon me. The Moogle meant no harm, I'm sure, but this marks the 3rd time in the past fortnight I've found myself in possession of a delivery intended for another. I do not expect all Moogles to be well-versed in Rogadin naming conventions, but if they are unsure of the intendient recipient, could they at least have the courtesy to ask before dumping it off and flitting away unseen? Look closely. This missive is clearly marked for my brother, Risflo Frusk Sin. Makes his home in Limsa and serves on guard duty at the Octant more often than not. I have a mind to send this letter right back where it came from, but my confidence in those furballs wears thin. I put my trust in them, and I'd not be surprised to see the Eder end up in the hands of Hilfir himself. Perhaps you could deliver this letter to Risflo the next time your travels take you to Limsa, and tell him that though his sister would never think of reading his mail, she thinks he could do much, much better for himself than some vapid tavern wench. Alright, man.
Mail!
The letter I gave you was intended for my brother, Risflo. He makes his homes in Limsa and serves on guard duty at the Octant more often than not. Yeah, okay, that's the same line. You tell him to dump that whore!
Girl, chill.
Well, the children are screaming again.
Oh.
Can you hear you can hear them?
No, I can't, but that reminds me, Marcy did watch the video, and she agrees. Every teacher should get one.
By the way,
should get one.
Slight update, Pat has a baby now. Did you hear about that? He's a father.
Wow.
My favorite, we're talking about Pat of Pat Stares At, aka Pat of Castle Super Beast, by the way. And we're also talking about a video wherein he describes that he believes that every teacher should get one harmful bodily action against any child in their entire career. And everybody should know about the status of whether or not they've used their one hit as a way to rein in bullying and help children behave in school more. Which, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that would have helped, right?
Oh, absolutely. And my girlfriend and I were discussing that we both know which kid in our school would have gotten it.
That's always a good feeling. Is that one action total or one action per child? One action total.
Yes.
One action per child, I feel like would be a little bit much.
Yeah, and especially because, like, you don't always know that, like, every single child is gonna need it, and, like, holding that over their head feels a little bit, like, too totalitarian.
Yeah.
But, like, there's always one kid in every school who needs, like, to know that if they push it too far, a teacher will hit them.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, I feel like my sister, who's a teacher, would definitely like that addition to the rules. I feel like a lot of teachers would.
Yeah.
Some would definitely object and probably not want to use it for moral reasons, but everybody else, equal rights, equal lefts.
Yeah, because see, here's the thing. We know that kids don't learn from violence. However, there are some children who are dedicated to not learning. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, if it ain't what's your face. I remember when you were just another wide-eyed whelp fresh off the boat. Reckoned this city would eat you alive. But I'm glad to see you've proven me wrong.
Letter to Wristflow. Already misdelivered once, the fate of this envelope addressed to one Wristflow lies solely in your capable hands.
Are Rouge's hands capable?
No. Not even remotely.
A letter for me? Delivered to my sister, of all people? Well, isn't that just bloody brilliant? Perhaps next time those bloody furballs could just forward all of my personal correspondence to the Admiral herself. I dare say the consequences would be less dire.
100, 1,000? No, 100,000 apologies, my good sir. It's Post Malone. I am most profusely, profoundly sorry for the terrible inconvenience I have caused. You may be rest assured that the offending Moogle has been flogged several times with a large harbor herring as due punishment for his negligence. Sure. You have my word that we delivery Moogles shall triple even, our efforts to ensure that no precious parcel or missive ever goes astray. Behold, for I now shall perform to you the Moogle dance of imitable integrity.
Hold on. I was chewing.
I understand.
Settle your wings, my Moogle friend. I don't believe that will be necessary. And by that I mean for the love of the gods. Just don't. Wait a bleeding minute. Am I to believe I'm talking to a Moogle? In the flesh? Well, if this ain't a rare occasion.
Casual reminder, by the way, that not everybody can fucking see Moogles. It really is. I really don't feel like it's brought up enough.
It's really not.
In this game. It's mentioned, like, once, really early on, and then everybody just, like, at least most characters in the game are just like, yeah, I can see Moogles.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Lemelin, take me if you aren't a cute little bugger. Just moments ago, I'd had half a mind to wring the incompetent courier's neck. But I'm not so petty a man as to vent my frustrations on a defenseless ball of fur. Besides, how can I hold it against you? What with the population of the realm burgeoning of late, I'd be lying if I said I myself didn't have trouble keeping names and faces straight. Anyway, What's-Her-Face here was kind enough to deliver my letter, and I have your word that no more mistakes will be made. As far as I'm concerned, this is all water under the bridge.
Hi, I'm What's-Her-Face. Oh, you are too kind. The kindest, good sir. As for you, my adventuring friend, I dare say you would make a superlative delivery Viera if you ever put your mind to it. Traveling to far-flung lands, rekindling old friendships, and cultivating new ones? Staying abreast of the latest happenings in the realm? Why, if there's a more fulfilling career to be had, I know not of it. So what say you, Kupo? Wait, are you actually just giving me a job? I wish it was this easy to get a fucking job as a mailman. You want to be a delivery Vieira, Kupo? Sure.
Cheers.
Hold on a minute. How does my closed captioning getting the word Vieira perfectly? Is Vieira like an actual word?
Well,
I thought
there
it was
is.
just...
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I thought it was just like a made-up fantasy rabbit race.
Well, there is. There was the former host of Do You Want to Be a Millionaire, whose name was Meredith Vieira. So it is a name.
Huh. Well, what do you know? Now that's the spirit. In recognition of your efforts on behalf of our friend Risflo, I hereby waive the stringent screening examination typically administered to those who would join our ranks. Welcome aboard. You can just do that?
I guess so.
I am the Deputy Postmoogle. Okay, yeah, sure. In charge of tutelage and training. In other words, your superior. As such, you will address me with due respect and follow each and every one of my instructions to the letter. No pun intended. Are we understood, Kupo? Of course we are. Now allow me to explain your duties. When you see me floating about in the vicinity of where we now stand, you may take this as a sign I have one or more letters that I cannot be bothered, that I have deemed suitable for your training. Approach me and declare your readiness for the task, and I will entrust one of said letters to you, along with its directions for its delivery. And so your journey begins, Kupo. Mind you, until you prove yourself, I will be overseeing all your deliveries to ensure that you do not shirk or slack in your duties. Not that a dutiful delivery Vieira like you would ever consider such a thing, yes? Alright, from here on out in this questline, I'm blind. I've never seen this before.
So I have done a few of them, but after a certain point, I
forgot about that.
After a certain point, I started doing other things because there's a lot of them.
Yep. Alright, load in.
Oh, there's a lot.
Loading blast.
A. Limsa.
Ah! A debt unpaid. The Deputy Postmoogle has wasted no time in finding you a suitable training assignment. Done all of them, and if you need cameos, I can be free, all I'm saying. We'll see. Actually, hang on, I'm just gonna do a little bit of research. Maybe I should have done this beforehand. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, don't mind me, just going to the console games wiki. Let's see.
Let's see how many of these fuckers there are.
Okay, there's about 25 of them. Sure. I mean, why not? You know.
We're not gonna get through all of them today.
Okay. I really should have looked this up beforehand. Oops. Hang on, I actually gotta piss. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hello, children. How are we doing? A Nina emote, very, very representative of the daily grind. I don't know how it's representative, but like that stare Nina has, that's me at work. Just like me staring at my computer, pretending to do shit.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Here we go. If it isn't my my promising new recruit, the twinkle in your eyes and spring in your step, simply shout out to me, I'm ready for my first assignment, Mr. Deputy Postmoogle, sir. Do I hear you correctly, Kupo? Of course I do. Well, this is your lucky day, for I've picked what it should be proved to be the perfect task to start off your training. To wit, I have here in my paws a letter that needs delivering to Bateron, proprietor of the Drowning Wench. A simple task, you say? Perhaps, and perhaps not. For Delivery Moogle's task does not end with the handing over a piece of parchment. No, the conscientious carrier lends her ear to the addressee and sees the job through until her customer is happier for what has been received. Why don't you guys do that for me then when you deliver my letters, huh? Fuck you. Being the accomplished and eminently visible adventurer that you are, I suspect that your clients will be even more eager to enlist your services than they would with an elusive Moogle like myself. Okay, that's fair. Consider this an honor and a privilege, Kupo. As the one in charge of your training, I shall wait here for word of your success. You will succeed, won't you, Kupo? The letter I've entrusted to you is to be delivered to Bateron, proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Perfect task to start off your training, if I do say so myself. And I just did. Mind you, delivery, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, we did that. Off we go to Bateron. Nope, not that one. Drowning Wench. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh boy, now I have to read the pirate speak.
You don't have to read it exactly as written if you want to.
Now here's the pace, what always warms me heart to see. Ever a shining example to all who would-be heroes and heroines in these halls. You have a letter for me, you say?
Letter to Bateron. The letter on this envelope is so poorly done that it is thanks only to the keen eye of your Moogle supervisor that you know it is addressed to Bateron Ten Fingers, Drowning Wench and founder and proprietor. I have a hunch on who this is from.
Also, I love that his last name is Ten Fingers.
Yep. Just gotta let you know, he's still got them all.
Would have figured you'd have more pressing tasks on your plate than playing messenger girl, but who am I to? What's this? Bugger me, of all the times for him to show up. Hate to burden ye, but I'd be much obliged if you could help me with a simple task.
Sure.
I knew I could count on ye. The moment I saw your face, I knew the navigator had guided ye back here for a reason. A reason to help me settle the score with an old acquaintance of mine. The man's worked up quite the bill, and it's past time for a reckoning. You're to find the bastard and bring him here to old Bateron. I can trust you with that, aye? You'll find him out in the middle of Lenosha,
yeah.
Yeah. A rugged fellow, imposing stature and less than imposing brains. Like it's not up to trouble of some sort. Oh, and speak with...
Don't even try.
Before he set out, she's prepared the perfect welcome gift for my dear old mate. I'd love to be better at pronouncing rugged with some of these names.
Yeah, these are impenetrable. So you're the adventurer going out to greet our guest of honor, are you? Bateron hasn't told me much about the man, but his steely gaze speaks volumes. As you know, Bateron was an accomplished sellsword in his younger days, made his share of friends and more than his share of foes, and the latter are none too shy about bringing trouble onto the premises. A Rogadin fellow in Lenosha, was it? But I'll pry no further. One thing I've learned in my time here is not to poke my nose into disputes that don't involve me. Here is the gift Bateron asked me to prepare. I trust that it will serve you well. Yep, okay. Is anything else from Bateron? Let's see. Yes, okay. Middle.
What's your problem, buddy?
Mercy, my wine is my livelihood.
Ken says that cat's name is pronounced Sadajbi. Sure, why not? Quit your cowering! Sure. Quit your cowering! Eyes ain't looking to steal nothing, just wanting to sip. That's a ship, that's all. A big ship. An adventure, thank the gods. Oh no, that's you, never mind.
Oh, an adventure? Thank the gods. This brute means to rob me of my livelihood. Do not stop him.
Douse him with water. Sure. Let me switch to monk for this, just in case. That's the same. Water cooled with ice shards to the point where just before freezing. Excuse me, sir. Could you hold this for a moment? Alright, you're asking for her. Oh, he's going to throw up.
Yep.
Hey man, you good?
You're a godsend, friend, I tell ya. That brute is a menace to honest merchants everywhere. You will find him and bring him to justice, yes?
You realize you're in Limsa Laminsa, right? Like the pirate play? Oh, I thought you left your chocobo behind. That would have been funny.
Alright, where's the dude who went to go throw up?
It appears he has gone to go throw up. Also, it appears that bucket of ice water was the gift.
Well, you know.
Have mercy, woman. I didn't mean a little man no harm. Just had a few too many. An old foe of Baderon's. Ain't that rich? I'm the best bloody mate the old bastard's ever known, whether or not he's willing to admit it. Name's Tilswain, a sellsword of some repute myself, though more for me prowess with a flagon of ale than the spear in me back. No, you'll not see me blaming Baderon, nor you, of course, for the soggy welcome. I dare say I earned it on my last trip to the wench. As a matter of fact, I've even brought Baderon a small token of apology. Just my own way of saying sorry for all the trouble I've stirred up at. Well, bugger me to the seventh hell and back. Left the bloody bag back at Mummersford Arms, was it? Forgive me, lass, my memory is still a bit hazy. I'd go back and search for it myself, but in addition to not knowing quite where I came from, I'm still feeling a touch queasy. Be a good lass and retrace my steps for me, will ya? With any luck, the fellow there, damned if I can remember his name, is keeping me belonging safe and sound. Okay, I assume he's talking about Summerford Farms and not Mumford and Sons. Yep. Mummerford and Sons. That's what it's called. I guess this is you.
Hello, Lorelei. Quite the busy lass these days, if the tales I hear are true. A meal, a respite from the road, name it and it's yours. That bloody drunkard. Of course I remember him, how could I not? Left his mark all over the bedding and the floor, and after this, after I went out of my way to furnish his room with a proper spitting box.
Pissed everywhere?
I was thinking more like vomit, but alright. His belongings. I have my hands plenty full cleaning up his foul spew. If he left anything else behind, like it's not still there, you're more than welcome to explore, though I suggest you watch your step and hold your nose, particularly if you've just eaten.
Oh,
this is
boy.
what it's like. This is what it's like working in medical kids.
I'll bet. It's literally right there. It's glowing even. Come on, guys. Why am I kneeling? Whatever. A worn leather pouch filled with a pair of old 100 gil coins.
He's got 200 gil to his name.
Good for him. Hello. Back, are you? Did you happen upon me belongings, mayhap? Just a small satchel, nothing too fancy. Bloody brilliant! Aye, from the moment you doused me with that wet stuff, I knew I'd made a friend. It's called water, my man.
Please don't say wet stuff.
Yeah. Don't know about you, but after all my troubles today, I've worked up quite a thirst. What say you join me at the wench? First pints on Bateron, haha! I only have $200. Or like, actually no, that's like $2.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Well, if it ain't what's-your-face, from wherever it was, pull up a chair, don't be a stranger. Bateron, a cold one for the fine lass. You look like you're having fun, buddy.
Welcome back, Rusha. My apologies for getting you mixed up in the dealings of a couple of cell swords. Have a pint of me finest. And regardless of what he might have told you, Jilson's paying for all comers tonight, including yours truly.
You've not changed a whit, Bateron. Still a thankless, bloody bastard. Ha ha ha!
Thankless? Me? Says the insufferable sot who can't be content till he drinks his so-called best mate out of house and home. Mark my words, Tilswin. If you conveniently forget to pay your tab this time, I'll hunt you to the seventh hell.
Bateron acts all tough, but trust me, just a moment ago he was going on about how happy he was to hear you were safe. Here, this one's on the house. I hear it's your favorite. You needn't worry, lass. Old Tilswain and your master go way back. Gone soft, if you ask me. Why, back in our day, you couldn't call yourself friend to Bateron till he'd drawn steel on you at least twice. Then I shall consider it we became fortunate only more, acquainted only more recently. But do tell, good sir, what is the story behind those coins? The remnants of some hidden treasure, mayhap? Treasure? You and I both wist, lassie. No, it's a little more in a memento of days long past and none too well remembered. Back when Bateron and myself were still wet behind the ears, a grizzled old veteran, at least he looked grizzled to a couple of old young pups like us, took a liking to us, took us under his wing, as it were. It was a kindness in days when kindness was hard to come by. Carried with him these coins, he did. See the face of the spinner? Said her fair gaze watching over him was what kept him living, where all his old mates had a tendency to end up dead or worse. Chanced upon him a fortnight ago, on his deathbed, the poor bastard. Said he'd lived a good life, but his luck had finally run its course. Didn't have much to leave behind, save for his lucky coins. Coins he wanted to leave to a couple of not-so-young pups, so they might enjoy a life as long as his. A touching tale indeed. Now perhaps you can answer a long-held question of mine, good sir. Why would a sellsword as renowned as Bateron forsake his blade for the life of a glorified barkeep? You not heard the story? Mind you, a detail or two might have slipped from my memory, but I'll give her a try. 'Twas 20 years ago, or thereabouts. With the realm finally at peace, or something resembling it, a great mercenary captain had a plan. This man, a living legend if there ever was one, brought all the sellswords who were itching for a new fight under one roof. So it was that the Adventurers Guild was born, and there was no shortage of eager applicants. Aye, everyone and their uncle was looking to be an adventurer, save for one young boy, the son of the very man what founded it. The boy only wanted one thing, to follow in his father's footsteps and make his name as the greatest sellsword who ever walked the realm. Did the boy give up his dream? Did he reckon he'd already achieved it? Can't say for sure, lassie, only that the boy is now a man, and the man stands behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild, to dispense an advice to young glory seekers like Rouge here, and ale to old drunkards like myself. Is this true? Why, that would mean that Bateron's father is none other than... So dodge me, I pay you to wipe the tables, not wag your bloody tongue. Now get back to work before I throw you out in the gutter where I found you. That's a really rude thing to say to your adopted daughter.
That's so mean!
And just when things were starting to get interesting. Also, I took your line, I apologize.
No, it's okay. God damn.
And with that, Bateron, I best be on my way. Spend any more time around that lovely lass, and this lonely sellsword is like to get jealous. Besides, if I empty your casks today, what will I drink on my next visit? He did not pay.
I walk away while your legs still hold you, you blundering oaf. And come back anytime for a pint of me finest. I'll see it dumped right over your fat head.
What did you miss about Bateron? We learned that he is the son of the founder of the Adventurers Guild, which is kind of fucking insane, actually. Like,
Yeah,
that's
they
actually nuts.
They just kind of drop it real casual, like, just like, you.
Yep.
No bones broken and only 2 of my tables covered in spume. Not a bad day, by my reckoning. Drunken bastard that he is, Tilsman's a friend I'd not have reunited with were it not for your timely delivery. Your next ale is on the house.
I don't drink. You have anything else to say? When that man first came crashing in here, I feared for my life. Turns out I'm still in one piece and picked up a few tales about Bateron to boot. I eagerly await any future deliveries, friend. Well, that's sweet. And
Instead of an
genuinely
ale,
interesting story.
instead of an ale, can you get a chocolate milk?
Oh, I would love a chocolate milk. Only if it's in a wine glass, though.
Yes. In the words of Jenna Marbles, I am leisuring.
Love a good leisuring. Hello! If it isn't my dutiful assistant, I trust you fared well on your first assignment? Do tell me all about it, Kupo. Why, you don't say! Bateron has never been an easy customer to please. Why, he nigh pulled out my whiskers that time I dropped a letter and a flagon of ale, but it sounds like you made a fabulous first impression. As your senior, I couldn't be more pleased with your effort, and with myself for having discovered such a talented new recruit, Kupo. But this is no time to rest on your laurels, oh no. For each day brings new letters, and the deliveries that await will take you even further afield. I dare say you might encounter clients who will make old Bateron look like a cuddly chocobo. But all in a day's work for my able assistant, yes? When you're looking for your next assignment, you know where to find me, Kupo. Finger sandwich, black truffle risotto, pan-fried mahi-mahi, or land trap salad. What sounds the best to you?
Risotto.
Risotto? Well, let's read all of them just in case. The Bismarcks take on a common meal popular among Galadian Bay's dock workers. Creamy blend of rice and cheese topped off with slices of rare, fragrant black truffles. Fillet of fresh mahi-mahi covered in a light blanket of flour and fried in oil. Salad made with the still twitching leaves of a land trap. Ew! And garnished with a dazzle of fragrant olive oil. Yeah, I'm taking the risotto.
Love a risotto. I actually had
it.
I actually had it for the first time when I went to Disney last year.
Oh, nice. Level up? That's funny. That's cute. Alright. Another! This is the worst possible place for this quest to be. In fucking Limsa near the Aetheryte Plaza. Jesus Christ.
I know. The poor little guy.
Also, Bees, I don't know if you're still here, but I just want to let you know, in case you can't see it, that the closed captioning has transcribed Aetheryte as, or it did transcribe it as, like, eat the something. And I was like, it's almost Bees. Oh god, there's 2. Carline Memories. Sure, that sounds like fun. The Deputy Postmoogle has a smile on his face and a letter bearing a Gridanian address in his paw. Well, if it isn't my favorite assistant, back and eager as ever. As a reward for your zeal on your duties, I have what should prove to be a positively delightful task, Kupo. I have a letter here addressed to Mother Mione of Gridania's Carline Canopy. Ah, I can just feel the warm rays of the sun trickling down through the leaves, a piping cup of hot tea in my paw. Why, I have half a mind to deliver the letter myself. But let it not be said that the Deputy Postmoogle keeps the more pleasing tasks for himself. No, the job is yours, and you need not so much as ask for it. Happy message carrying, Kupo. I guess we'll do these one at a time. Might not be a very good idea, but I'm doing it anyway.
Fair enough.
was fucking chugging. I'll tell you what, folks. I'm gonna be really happy when I get that new computer. It's probably gonna happen sometime at the end of this month.
Hell yeah.
And there's going to be a ton of setup time, and then it'll be gaming, streaming. The adventures of gaming and streaming time. Hello, ma'am. I have a letter for you.
Welcome to the Carline Canopy, friend. You've made quite a name for yourself, haven't you? At times I'd swear that even the trees themselves whisper tales of your exploits.
Letter to Mione, a nondescript envelope addressed to Mother Mione of Carline Canopy.
A letter? Let me see. Oh, why, it would seem there will be an even greater demand for eel pies in the coming days. And once again the oven calls, not that you'll find me complaining. After all, some go their entire lives without knowing how it feels to have one of their creations beloved by Eorzeans all over the realm. Which, come to think of it, reminds me of a story. How did it go again? Ah, yes. Many years ago, when I was no taller than the counter before us, a Lalafelian artisan and his daughter came here to the Twelves Wood. Of the circumstances which brought them here I know little, for the father was a man of few words. What I do know is that they had left behind their home, traveling far and wide across the realm before settling on Gridania as their new home. The elementals care little about borders drawn by men. All who treat the forest with compassion are welcome within. Sadly, people in those times were not quite so understanding. The poor man and daughter endured name-calling, spiteful pranks, and worse. My grandfather took pity on them, offering them shelter in this building. In those days, it was little more than a glorified storage cabin, far from the bustling center of activity it is today. My grandfather minded the watermill, you see, as his father before him, a respected position that afforded our family a certain status among his peers. Though not all approved of my grandfather befriending the outsiders, none dared give voice to their objections. With time, Gridanians came to understand that whencesoever they hailed, the man and his young daughter were honest, peaceable folk, no different from any of us. With the blessings of their newfound countrymen, the love the two harbored for their new home deepened. When talk arose of erecting a new water wheel, the father, originally a shipwright by trade, was among the first to offer his services. My grandfather soon joined him. Though not without hardships along the way, the wheel eventually rose, standing even today as one of Gridania's greatest architectural achievements, and a keystone of our very livelihood. If you are not in too much of a hurry, I would very much like to show it to you. But before we depart, I would ask of you a small errand. Would you be so kind as to pick 4 Carline blossoms about town and bring them to me? I would accompany you, but alas, the kitchen calls.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, it's the same one. Alright. Let's pick some flowers. I'm gonna spint.
Mint.
Let's see. Carline. A yellow flower found growing in Gridania proper. It's funny because you can't actually see any flowers on the bush that I actually just picked it from.
You sure can.
Oh, hold on. Oh, it's closer. Alright. Onwards. Okay. There, and then the Lancers go. Got it. think, okay, so just based on how many quests there are and how I'm feeling specifically, I think this is going to be a shorter stream for sure. I'm going to say we're going to do like 2 more of these quests, and then I'll call it, and then I'll maybe do like a solo stream later to knock out the rest of them.
Got it.
When I'm feeling a little bit less phlegmy and also am medicated.
Fair enough.
Phlegmy is a fun word.
It is.
It's disgusting, but like, it's a good word.
It is a very specific picture of exactly what is going on inside of your lungs.
I feel like it's more evident, like to me at least, when I have headphones on and like I have my ears covered and I can hear the phlegminess.
Yep. Because you can feel your lungs, and you can be like, oh god.
There's
I'm
goop
dying.
in there.
There's so much goop.
I gotta swallow some goo gone.
Can make a fucking flubber with all this.
Oh yeah. Ew.
Ah, welcome back. Were you able to procure the Coraline blossoms I asked of you?
Yes. Here you go.
Ah, how lovely. Though hardly a rare sight in Gridania, these flowers never fail to bring a smile to my face. The water wheel I would show you is best seen from the Jadeite flood. Go on ahead. I shall be along after I see to my duties here.
Okay. And where are we viewing it? Oh, just from Central Shroud, okay. Not even in Gridania proper. Nope, that's a tree. Okay. Okay, that is a pretty good shot of the water wheel, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Ruja. I hope I've not kept you waiting over long. Come now, let us look upon the water wheel of my tale. Behold the pride of our nation, Figaga's gift. Excuse me. Is she not magnificent? Countless times have I come here, yet each time I stand in awe at her sheer size and beauty, knowing that it was born of a special bond between my grandfather and the Lalafell builder elevates it to a special place in my heart. Would that they had lived to see it complete. I spoke of hardships, yes. Not days after he finished drawing up his draft for the new mill, the poor Lalafell, hale and hearty for his age until then, suddenly took ill. What started as a cough soon grew dire, and within a fortnight he had passed. Without its chief builder, the ambitious project came to a grinding halt. At first there seemed no recourse but to abandon construction entirely. Then the daughter stepped forth, vowing that she would see her father's dream to fruition. Though none could deny her pedigree, the girl had never lifted a hammer in her entire life. Not letting this, nor the doubting words of others, deter her, she promptly enrolled in the Carpenters' Guild, vowing to follow in her father's footsteps. People laughed. Who was this shy little girl with yellow blossoms in her hair? But within a year's time, all could see that the girl was a prodigy with her hammer. In 5 years, she had mastered skills that would take an ordinary carpenter a lifetime. In 10, her father's dream had become a reality. The shy girl with flowers in her hair had blossomed into a strong, proud woman, and one of the greatest builders our realm has ever known. Such is the tale of Figaga. Ah, to think of the wonders might still have wrought. Alas, not long after completing her gift to us, she succumbed to the same foul plague that took her father.
Damn.
Though she is with us no more, she remains an inspiration for the women of Gridania, myself first among them. It is here in view of the father and daughter's greatest accomplishment that I bury their ashes and built a small monument to their memory. Once again, I thank you, Ruja. The flowers you picked surely brought a smile to Figaga's face today. Now, shall we return? Yes, to the place that I named in her memory.
Huh. That is really nice.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that I'm getting to finally do these quests now, because these are all so interesting. Of course, like, I mean, again, we're only going to do a few more, because, like, as much as I love doing this, I want to do this during a time when I'm not feeling like I'm going to throw up a ton of flubber.
You know what? That's fair.
Ah, there we go. She's gone!
Oh no!
Oh, she's back.
Thank you for accompanying me today. I had hoped to share the tale of Figaga with you for quite some time now, having come here as you did from a faraway land. In transforming my grandfather's old storage cabin into the carline canopy you see today, I sought to carry on the spirit he showed to his Lalafellan friends, a spirit of welcoming and acceptance for all who would seek shelter here, regardless of their origins. And it was in the same spirit that I came to devote my life to looking after those who would seek adventure, and what a fateful decision that turned out to be, yes? So it was that I came to stand behind this counter, so it was that I met you, and so it was that I received the joyous tidings that you brought me today. For you see, the letter you delivered was an announcement from the Adventurers Guild. It would appear that I can look forward to a sizable group of new recruits in the days to come, and nothing could make me happier. I wanted to share this news with Figaga and with you. After all, 'tis in no small part thanks to your exploits that so many brave young men and women would step forth to bring succor to our realm. Truly, you are a gleaming example to all. May your stars shine forever bright upon us, Ruja.
Wow. Alright, Malti. A pungent infusion brewed from several exotic spices and herbs enjoyed in the Sultanate of Ul'dah. Apkalu omelet. Apkalu eggs beaten and then cooked in rich butter until fluffy and light, favorite in Vilbrun's coastal hamlets. Rolandberry cheesecake. Rich cheesecake slathered in a sticky sweet Rolandberry composite and dismal gratin. Passed down through generations of the Dismal family, this dish consists of thinly sliced popotos and eft tails baked in creamy white sauce. What would you pick out of these?
Omelet.
Omelet? Omelet it is. How do you like your eggs? I like scrambled eggs.
Scrambled or in an omelet. If we're going omelet, I like some cheese, some mushrooms, maybe some hash browns in there.
Nice. I'm always a big cheese scrambled eggs enjoyer, but there's another thing that I also really love on it that I have not been able to find anywhere after moving.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon salt.
Oh, interesting.
It's literally just like a salt that tastes like bacon, but like it goes so it makes eggs taste like eggs, but also bacon, which is like such a good combination. And I can't find it anywhere.
See what we usually do is my roommate does like second breakfast on Sundays. And they usually make bacon and then just cook eggs in the bacon grease so you get a little bit of that bacon taste.
Nice. Alright. Dream on. Ah, yes, of course it's Momodi. Neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night will stand the deputy Postmoogle from unloading work on his subordinates. That doesn't rhyme. Well, look who's back. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what I have in my paw, and the first 2 don't count, Kupo. Why, yes, a letter! However did you know? It's addressed to Momodi, the ever-charming proprietress of the Quicksand in Ul'dah. Sounds like a pleasant enough assignment, wouldn't you say? But this is no ordinary letter. Oh no. Why, I've strained my eyes for any sign of the sender's name, but it's nowhere to be found. An anonymous epistle? Sounds like a task for my most capable assistant, Kupo. Hopefully it isn't an assassination request.
I hope not.
The anonymous letter I've entrusted to you is addressed to Momodi, the ever-charming... Okay, that's the same thing. I'm glad we get to get all these things based on the first 3, or the tavern keepers of the realm.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice, especially because you get introduced to them first and they kind of just like introduce you to the world, and then you kind of get a nice little rewind back moment at level 50.
Yeah. Never forget your roots. Especially if your roots are a cool, old ex-mercenary whose last name is Ten Fingers.
True.
Or a MILF-coated elf.
Or a tiny lady who would absolutely kill for you.
Yes. Alrighty then. Adventurers Guild. Alright, are you okay with taking Momodi again? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, if it ain't Brusha, good to see an adventurer who checks in with the guild from time to time, even after becoming all famous and the like. What brings you to the Quicksand today?
Oh, there we go. Letter to Momodi, a small envelope addressed to Momodi Modi of the Quicksand in Ul'dah.
A letter! Next thing you know, you'll be spouting a pom-pom and ending every other utterance with Kupo. Oh, how curious. It would seem the sender's forgotten to sign the envelope. Oh, my beloved Momodi, my riches could buy all the jewels in the realm, yet none could shine as bright as thee. Say that you will be mine, and... Blech! Good gods, no wonder the letter was anonymous. No man in his right mind would claim authorship of such a hackneyed, pretentious load of...
Momodi, my love! I see that my mellifluous... Is that a word?
Mellifluous? I think so. Hold on, let me double check.
You do that.
There is. Sweet or musical, pleasant to hear.
Interesting. Missive finds you looking as beautiful as ever.
Oh, it's you. Why do I find myself entirely unsurprised? I've lost count of how many times I've spurned your shameless advances to your face. Must I now do the same in writing for you to get the bloody message?
Shameless! You wound me, Momodi, my love. Why, my advances are positively shameful! That's not the right word, is it now? Picture the scene. A mysterious letter. A secret admirer. Is it so outlandish for a man to think that a subtle romantic approach might stir the flames of passion in his beloved's heart?
There's the fool standing before me for the 3rd time this week, still sporting that same ridiculous jacket. Our guest clearly lacks the courtesy to introduce himself, so allow me. This is Thomas So-and-so, son of the spice merchant someone or other, and the richest, most eligible young bachelor in all of Ul'dah.
Hi.
Forgive me if I've forgotten some of the details. I've only heard the story some 20-odd times now. This is Ruja, the woman who wasted her precious time hauling your rubbish halfway across the realm.
Is that so? Smashing work, my girl! Remind me of your name later again and I'll be sure to put you on the guest list for when my lovely Momodi and I are wed. Oh boy. Don't you see, my love? This adventurer's efforts were not for naught. No, you need only promise your hand to me. Promise that forever my Momodi, and mine alone you will be.
In person or in ink, my answer's the same. Come back when Thanalan freezes over so I can reject you again.
Alas and alack, but I should have known. Yes, that hairpin that adores your lovely lock speaks loud and clear. Admit it, Momodi. After all these years, you still harbor feelings for him.
Why? You some nerve walking into my place of business and spouting such nonsense.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna go. Nonsense, my beloved. Is that so? Rumors abound about that hairpin, that it was crafted to you by an old flame, that it has not left your shapely head for so much as a day since the calamity. If you lost a childhood love when the lesser moon fell, you have my sympathies. But this is a new age, my dearest. Time marches on, and we must march with it. Oh, and did I mention that my family is among the richest in the Sultanate?
Well, just how thick is your bloody skull? A man crafted my hairpin, and yes, there was a time when I felt something for him, but such days are long past, and today, I needn't compare you to anyone to find you thoroughly repulsive. Besides, I'll have you know that the man who crafted this still lives.
Is he gonna try to kill him? What's this? My rival in love still lives? Ha-ha! At long last my task is clear. I must seek out for this pretender and prove that once and for all, I, Thomas, am the only one worthy of my dear Momodi's hand. Where is my gun? Adventurer, I request your aid. Together we will seek out this man, and you will serve as an impartial judge to determine who is the worthy partner for Miss Momodi, he or I. Rest assured you will be suitably compensated for rendering the proper decision. And with that, let us begin our search at the Goldsmiths Guild. I shall await you there. Am I really... Why would I agree to this? Hi.
I hate to drag you into this mess, Rusha, but would you mind going along? I shudder to think of what sort of trouble that lovesick fool will stir up in my name.
Sure. I'm gonna take a seat and take a piss real quick, though. I'll be right back. Not at your bar, like in my bathroom in real life.
Oh. Hey kids, how we doing? Everyone good? Do you need some water? Do you need a snack? Do you need to take a piss too? Yes, I'm doing exaggerated hand motions when I talk. It's the gay. You can't see it because you can't see me, but please imagine it as I talk. Doing good. We love to hear that. We love to hear that.
Whew, I really need to stop hydrating. I need to stop pissing so much.
You do not need to stop hydrating. Absolutely not.
I don't know, I think it would work for me.
Don't make me come up there.
That would be great, actually. We could go out for pizza, I could show you around. Be a good time.
Okay, well, see, it would be good, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
I'm doing the Italian hand wave, even though I'm not Italian.
This one knows something of our man. I can see it in his eyes. Now we'll go on. Love waits for no man. Hang on, I actually want to read the description of this. Yeah, okay.
What's that? Momodi's hairpin, you say? Why, that was Momoroto's work. Momoroto. Oh, there's a name I've not uttered in some time. Destined for greatness, that one was. Could have been the second coming of Neil Fresson. Why, he'd been with us for a scant few years when a commission came in from the Sultana herself. Slaved away at that piece day and night till one day when he rose from his workbench and walked away. Some said the pressure of expectations grew too great to bear. Others said his heart was never in the craft to begin with. Still others said that it was a broken heart that drove him away. The guild lost a talented goldsmith and I lost a friend. But a man's life is his to live. Last I heard, Momoroto was passing his days as a fisherman in Crescent Cove. If he's found his happiness, I don't begrudge him his choice one bit.
To think that my rival for Momodi's heart has been lurking in our very midst this whole time. You have my thanks, Master Memedesu. Rest assured that Momodi and I will spare no expense when we commission from your guild our wedding rings. Come, adventurer, to Crescent Cove! Who is this fucking guy?
No clue.
You'd be good friends with Eric. You could both talk at each other for hours on end, and neither of you would listen to a thing the other person says.
Yeah, this guy
Western.
definitely ain't listening to shit.
Yep. Either that or Eric would finally snap and beat the shit out of him, which would be very funny.
Oh, it would. I'd pay to see that throw down.
Just like the Elon Musk Mark Zuckerberg thing that isn't happening anymore, because Elon Musk is a fucking loser coward who is removing the ability to block people from Twitter. Or says that he is, even though he legally cannot do that.
I hate Elon Musk. Every day that goes by, I hate him more.
I have almost never been more disgusted in my life when one day my mom was like, "Hey Henry, did you see that Elon Musk Saturday Night Live sketch? It had video games in it. That's something you're interested in, right?" And I was like, "Mom, I love you for trying to relate with my interests, but don't ever mention that man near me again."
Oh boy. That sure is the thing that she said, huh?
Yeah. Alright, I can take this guy. Because I assume I'm just going to be talking to myself the whole time, but that's fine. Not a bite. Ah, well, tomorrow's another... What brings a mighty adventure to this lonely fishing hole? This is Momoroto, a shabby-looking fellow indeed, but what did I expect from a craven who threw away his chance at fame, love, and glory because he couldn't bear the pressure? Oh, the ignominy of it all. She turns down my gifts of jewels and gold, yet adorns her fair's locks with a trinket cobbled together by a languid lalafell who stinks of sardines.
Hey, fuck you.
Who is this kid? So Momodi's actually wearing that old thing. You'll get no argument from me. I hardly deserve it, nor did I deserve her. Perhaps I once did. There was a time when I dreamed of being the greatest goldsmith in the realm. Even a time when such dreams seemed within reach. The young Momoroto may have been worthy of Momodi's hand. But that dreamer is no more, and you'll not see me mourn his passing. Not all dreams are meant to be followed, and not all of us were destined for the greatness. Put a fishing pole in his hand and a creaky pier under his bottom, and old Momoroto's a happy man. Can you believe this? My travels have taken me to the far corners of the realm, and never have I seen a man so lacking in ambition, enthusiasm, or even vaguely redeeming qualities. I would ask that you to judge which of us is more worthy, but I think we can safely say that I am the victor by default. To the quicksand adventure, my future bride awaits! That guy was a fucking asshole.
I don't know. Guy's just chilling, living his life.
Ah, so that's what all this shouting was about. Young man's taking fancy to Momodi, has he? I'll say it's this much. He's got good taste. That's the one good thing I can say about him, is that he likes a cool woman.
He's like, shit, I mean, I can't say nothing.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like all that bad of a fellow. Bit oversure of his own abilities, perhaps, but no more so than someone I used to know. When I gave that hairpin to Momodi years ago, she refused to wear it. Said it meant too much to her to risk losing. As to why her heart may have changed, who can say? But it's not for love, this I know. Those days are buried under the sands of time. Whether that will avail your lovelorn friend is another matter entirely. If you see Momodi again, tell her
No, never you mind. There might be once of a time for words, but that time is long since past. Be well, friend. Okay.
My sappy ass is like, I want to get them together. I want to parent trap this.
Yeah. It seems like there's a lot of... I don't know if we'll get the whole story there, but what I do hope is that Momodi does not end up with this fucking Thomas guy. He seems like a cunt.
No,
am I allowed to... Can I have the pass to say that word?
Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
I don't care.
Just making sure.
I don't think that's a word that you need a pass for.
I just need to be careful. I'm like the least of... I am a part of, like, the least demographics of all... Like, the least oppressed demographics of all time. I should ask for permission for just about everything. Other than the cis and cracker passes, which I will be giving out to everybody.
I have to say the fact that you said the cis and cracker passes. I'm glad that you make those jokes when you meet people.
I'm gonna start making like actual business cards that say cracker pass and cis pass on them, and start just handing them out to people.
Absolutely.
And on it, it's gonna say like, please note this is a joke. Joking about the fact that people think these things are actually as offensive as things like the N-word. And that
right.
And I give them out to everybody because literally everybody should be allowed to say these words as slurs because they're not actually slurs.
Right.
I have returned, my love, and this time I shall not move an ilm from this spot until I receive the answer I came for. The answer I deserve!
Let me cut off his dick.
Yeah,
Let me do it. Just between you and me, Ruja, I was hoping you managed to lose him somewhere along the way.
I have done my part. I sought out this Momoroto and heard his tale, the tale of a coward who has not yet deserved you since the day he fled the city, forsaking your love and his future in the process. A worthy suitor stands before you, a man who promises to do everything in his power to bring you happiness, and who has the courage to put such words into action. I implore you, my beloved, undo that hairpin, free your heart from that has-been, and give unto me your hand.
Listen well, because I'll repeat myself no more. I have no feelings for Momoroto, and sure as hell's none for you. This hairpin is a symbol of all those who would dare to dream, a symbol and a warning. Momoroto and I were old friends. He used to come by the shop where I worked and regale me with tales of all he hoped to achieve. He burned with passion in those days, like yourself, with less style and more substance. As a wide-eyed girl, I was drawn to dreamers. I urged him on at every opportunity. When I heard he was making something for the Sultana, I near screamed. This is your chance, Momoroto. Craft the masterpiece I know you have in you, and you'll go down in history. You won't live and die a nobody. So I told him over and over, until he came no more. I went to the Goldsmiths Guild only to hear that he'd resigned his position. 'Twas then I saw the error of my ways. All the time I thought I was encouraging my friend, I was only piling on to a burden he never wanted to bear.
And so you wear that hairpin out of pity for the man?
No, not pity. At first I felt so ashamed that I didn't think myself worthy of wearing it. Then the lesser moon came tumbling down and everything changed. At first we thought we'd lost everything. Then slowly but surely, we began to pick up the pieces and dream again. Seeing the proud faces of those who would rise to the call and rebuild our realm, it rekindled passions in my heart I hadn't felt in years. It was then that I finally discovered a dream of my own. To stand with those who would fight for their dreams, and to give them strength in any way I could. This is why I stand here today. And yet, I must never repeat the mistake of my past. Adventurer, artisan, or angler, once true dreams, once true strength, must come from within. This is what I learned from Momoroto, and this is why I treasure his memento to this very day.
Oh, my beloved, could there be a place, be in this world a more sensitive soul? The 12 should be the 13, for you, my dearest, are a goddess of dreams and compassion. His ass was not listening.
No.
Hitherto I only knew your physical beauty, but I have seen the true beauty of your heart and soul. Man, that is not a good line to use. I only saw you for your physical attractiveness until exactly right now. Cool, man. I am lost without you, my beloved. Make my dream come true and promise to stay by my side forevermore.
I didn't listen to a single word I said. I've devoted my life to supporting adventurers' dreams. Women like Ruja here who are too busy fighting for our realm to waste my bloody time.
But my beloved, our love too may yet save Eorzea from the shadows.
Well, now those are the first interesting words I've heard come out of your mouth. Proves to me that they're more than just words, and maybe, just maybe, I'll reconsider.
Does this mean I have a chance? Editor's note. No. Oh, merciful indeed is the goddess Momodi. I will not fail you, my love. Today I take my leave. When next I return, you will know the true breadth and scale of my dreams. And you, my good woman, you have opened my eyes today, and for this you shall be well rewarded. You have my word. You will be in the front row for the festivities when my goddess and I are wed. Can I just get some fucking cash from you instead?
Rich boy, give me that cash! Finally, some peace and quiet. I doubt he'll be showing his face here anytime soon, but who knows? He'd not be the first man I've seen change. Anyway, thank you, Ruja. No matter how far we come, we can't forget the past. And thanks to you, I've been able to do some much-needed reflecting.
Alright, what do we got? Sauteed coral. Lean coral meat sauteed in creamy butter and a strong red wine to mask the gamey flavor. Lava toad legs, a generous portion of battered and fried lava toad legs served with a side of snails. Pineapple Pond's cake. The Pond's cake earns its name from the fact that it is a total weight of dry ingredients, before pineapples, equals a single Pond's. Tomato pie. Considered a delicacy in Gridania, this pie is arranged with sliced tomatoes, giving it the appearance of a flower garden. Which one would you like?
Ooh. Let's go with the Pond's cake.
Okay. I would actually really like to try frog legs someday.
You know, I would too.
I have no idea what they would taste like, but like, I don't know. Just feels like it'd be interesting.
It would be interesting to try at least once.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to Limsa, and then I'm gonna see if any of the previews for any of these quests look particularly interesting to me, and if not, then I'm probably just gonna end the stream here.
That's okay. I was gonna say, are you feeling...
I'm feeling
How are you
hungry.
feeling? That's fair.
And I even took special care to actually eat stuff today, because I knew I would feel more hungry because I don't have my meds.
I'm
Like
proud
I
of
actually had breakfast this morning, which is a rarity for me.
I would be like shaking little flags if I could.
Thank you. Just the idea that you would be shaking little flags for me is enough.
Once again, they
He's
put
gone.
this guy in the worst place for load times.
Will he be forever gone?
Tune
Will
in
he
next
ever
time.
come back? Huh? No. Huh? No. Huh? No. Oh good, the sound in my game actually just cut out for a second there. That's a really bad sign.
It's fine.
Aha! Alright. Spirits most foul. Okay. Dubious dancing. Oh, there's a mount. Oh, no, I don't like the look of that. And stroking the haft. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, I know all of the characters that are featured in that, and I don't like any of that. Although I will say I am curious to know what the deal is with some of those characters. I would like
to know some of those things, but not right now. Not with the I can't deal with the haft with all this stuff in my throat, you know? It needs to be clear.
Fair enough.
So I'll go stroke the haft some other time. In the meantime, I guess we'll end here. Hey Emily, thanks for joining me. I know it's a little bit shorter than usual, but it's always a pleasure to have you on.
Of course.
You're my lovely internet sister, and I love you very much.
Love you too.
All right, let's see. Well, Bees is live, so we're gonna raid Bees. Here we go.